In a world where freedom of expression flows like an endless river, there are still places where faith becomes an act of brave defiance. In these corners of the world, the Bible, a book that has transformed lives and nations, is silenced, treated with fear and suspicion. 7 countries have built walls of censorship as high as the fear that fuels them, crushing religious freedom with harsh laws and severe punishments. Dear viewer, this documentary will take you to the darkest places on earth, where the truth is hunted down and the gospel is treated like a dangerous secret. Yet, even in these bleak corners, the courage of those who face persecution reminds us that while the Bible may be banned, its power remains unshaken, like a flame no darkness can extinguish. In this video, we will explore 7 countries where the Bible is forbidden and religious freedom is tightly controlled. We'll dive into how these governments enforce rigid laws to suppress faith and uncover the motives behind these oppressive measures. Stay with us as we journey through these nations where the Bible is viewed as a threat. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that YouTube alerts you whenever we release new content. Now let's dive in. Throughout history, Christianity has endured persecution in various forms, from the Roman Empire, where Christians were fed to lions, to the Middle Ages, stained by the horrors of the Inquisition. In modern times, new forms of persecution have emerged, some subtle and others brutally overt. In certain countries, the simple act of reading a Bible can cost you your life. For many, the Bible is a symbol of hope and faith, but in these places, it is seen as a symbol of resistance and danger. Although religious freedom is recognized as a fundamental human right, in many regions, this right is brutally denied for reasons ranging from political control to the preservation of dominant religious identities. Now, let us take you through the 7 countries where owning a Bible is a crime. North Korea. In North Korea, ruled by the totalitarian Kim dynasty since 1948, Christianity is perceived as a direct threat to the absolute power of the supreme leader. The regime's guiding ideology, Juche, demands unwavering loyalty to the state and its leader. Any belief that suggests a higher authority is seen as subversive, and the Bible is completely banned. Possession of a Bible is one of the most serious crimes in the country, punishable by public execution or imprisonment in brutal labor camps. In these camps, prisoners face unimaginable conditions, forced labor, starvation, torture, and psychological abuse. Testimonies from North Korean defectors reveal the horrors Christians endure, with entire families, including children, being sent to these camps simply for owning a Bible. Despite international outrage, the situation remains dire, raising profound questions about the global responsibility to defend these fundamental human rights. Saudi Arabia. As the heartland of Islam, Saudi Arabia follows a strict interpretation of the religion called Wahhabism, which governs all aspects of life. Any faith outside of Islam is not only forbidden, but considered an offense against both state and society. The government enforces these laws through the religious police, known as the Mutawah, who patrol public spaces, ensuring compliance with religious norms. For Saudi citizens, owning a Bible can lead to long prison sentences, while foreign workers are often detained, interrogated, and even deported. The constant vigilance forces Christians, mainly foreign workers from places like the Philippines and India, to practice their faith in secret. One foreign worker shared how he hid his Bible in a secret compartment of his house, only reading it at night when he was sure no one would see him. Maldives. Known for its stunning beaches and crystal-clear waters, the Maldives hides a strict religious regime beneath its paradise exterior. Islam is the only legally recognized religion, and any practice outside of it is considered treason against both state and society. The government rigorously enforces this religious uniformity, and the Bible, along with any non-Islamic religious text, is strictly forbidden. Christians in the Maldives live under constant pressure, knowing that any sign of their faith could lead to imprisonment, job loss, or even expulsion from the community. The few Christians in the country memorize scripture to avoid the risk of keeping a Bible. For them, Practicing their faith is a silent and dangerous act. Somalia, torn apart by decades of civil war. Somalia is one of the most dangerous places to be a Christian. The militant group Al-Shabaab, with ties to Al-Qaeda, controls large portions of the country and has vowed to eliminate Christianity by any means necessary. Possessing a Bible here can lead to immediate execution. Christians in Somalia must live in complete secrecy, as even the slightest hint of faith can result in brutal punishment. Stories of believers who hide in secret tunnels or secluded spaces just to pray reveal the intense fear they live under. Despite this, their faith persists, a quiet defiance in one of the most hostile environments in the world, Afghanistan. Following the Taliban's return to power in 2021, Afghanistan became one of the most perilous places for Christians. Under the Taliban's strict interpretation of Islamic law, converting from Islam to Christianity is considered apostasy, punishable by death. The Taliban ruthlessly monitor the population, using informants and digital surveillance to root out any signs of Christianity. For Afghan Christians, even owning a digital copy of the Bible can be a death sentence. They live in constant fear, knowing that a single misstep could cost them everything. One heartbreaking story is that of a Christian convert who was betrayed by his own brother, forced to burn his Bible in front of his children. Pakistan. In Pakistan, a country with a deep cultural and religious heritage, Christians are not legally forbidden from practicing their faith, but the nation's harsh blasphemy laws often turn their lives into a nightmare. These laws are frequently used to target religious minorities, and owning a Bible can be perceived as a provocation. Christians live under the constant threat that any expression of their faith could lead to accusations of blasphemy, punishable by death or life imprisonment. The case of Asia Bibi, a Christian woman sentenced to death for blasphemy, highlights the dangerous reality for Christians in Pakistan. Though she was eventually acquitted, her decade-long imprisonment and the threats against her family illustrate the profound risks faced by those who hold onto their faith in such a volatile environment. In Iran, a nation steeped in ancient history, the ruling Islamic regime has cracked down heavily on any form of Christianity since the revolution of 1979. Under the country's strict interpretation of Sharia law, converting from Islam to Christianity is considered a serious crime. Christians are closely monitored by the government, and any possession of a Bible is dangerous. Iran's secret police have infiltrated churches and spied on believers to ensure they conform to the regime's standards.